One of the most underrated forms of intelligence isn't invention, it's synthesis. Humans don't always create new things. We remix, we combine.
We steal like artists and pretend it's genius.
The Greeks philosophized. The Romans rebranded it. Freud laid the couch. Lacan and Jung brought in the mirrors. Welcome to 277 Broadcast. Today we talk about time, not as a straight line, but as a remix culture. And what comes after the remix? When there's nothing left to sample. What happens when the future finally breaks free from the century it's been echoing for 100 years? Modern culture moves fast, but it loops. Bell-bottoms weren't just a 70s thing. They came back for millennials. The crop-top Britney wore in 2001. It's back on teenagers in 2025. But now it glows in the dark and costs 10 times more on TikTok Shop. Music, same story. New beat is just an elegant Frankenstein of trance, breakbeat, house and synthwave. But because it's stitched well, it sounds fresh. Fresh but not new. And that's the key. Modernity doesn't create novelty. It creates high-speed synthesis because the cycles are shorter, the feedback loops are tighter. And the consumer isn't a mass anymore. It's a million fractured identities with customized dopamine pipelines. We live in the era of hyper-individualized nostalgia. But here's the hypothesis. As Gen X and Millennials begin to exit the stage, as Gen Z, the remix generation, and Gen Alpha, the first post-history natives, step into power, we may finally stop looking backward. Because Alpha won't remember CDs, or VHS tapes, or the Cold War, or what a landline phone feels like. Their cultural DNA is entirely digital. Their attention span is spatial, not temporal. They were raised by AI voice assistants, not bedtime stories. They won't synthesize the past. They'll invent something we can't even name yet. A world where language isn't written but visual. Identity isn't singular but layered. Culture isn't centralized but liquid. Physical presence becomes optional. Not a sci-fi dystopia, just a post-physical reality. We'll still call it human, but it won't feel like us. And in 30 or 40 years, when no one remembers the 20th century except in data archives, we'll finally see a cultural dawn not built on remix but on rupture. That's not good or bad, it's just evolution. The future is coming. It just doesn't want to look like its parents. Subscribe to 277 Broadcast. Send this to someone still stuck on vintage is better. And remember, time doesn't move forward. It spirals. Until one day it rips.